Welcome everyone, you're listening to our first episode of the Data Crunch podcast, where we'll talk about one of the biggest shifts in the marketing and analytics worlds today. My name is Vadym, I'm a growth marketing manager at OWOX. I've got my good friend and fellow marketing enthusiast, Ievgen, here with me. He's the head of marketing at OWOX. Hey Ievgen, how are you today?
Hey Vadym, I'm doing extremely well, thanks. And yep, I'm really excited about today's topic because it's already affecting everybody in the marketing field. And this is going to be huge in the next few years.
Absolutely. And right before we dive deep into our today's hot topic, if you're looking to stay on top of the latest trends in marketing and data analytics, don't forget to subscribe to our OWOX YouTube channel. We share lots of insights and useful content there that can help you get ahead. All right, let's get started. Today we're talking about the end of third-party cookies. Ievgen, you've probably heard of this buzzing around. Everyone's asking, what are we going to do when cookies disappear? I think it's not just a small tweak to how ads are delivered, it's a huge shift in how we collect and use data.
Right, so first things first, cookies are not going away. However, we are already seeing big changes driven by privacy regulations like GDPR, CCPA, and companies like Google and Apple, the giants, are making moves to protect the user privacy. So the third-party cookies, the browser cookies, are going away, that's true. Facebook, Pixel, etc. Google is planning to phase out third-party cookies away from the Chrome very, very soon. And when you consider how dominant Chrome is on the market, well, this will basically reshape the advertising landscape for every business. The whole marketing landscape.
Exactly. To put it simply for our listeners, third-party cookies have been the backbone of digital advertising. For years, they've allowed marketers to track what users do across websites and apps. If you've ever wondered why you keep seeing ads for something you looked at once a week ago, that's third-party cookies doing their thing.
Yep, and now all that is changing. But here's the kicker. Without these cookies, much of that cross-site tracking and personalization and targeting, this becomes impossible. So the big question is, what's next? How do we marketers keep delivering targeted, relevant ads to our audiences in this cookieless world?
And that's what we're here to unpack today. But before we dive deep into solutions, Ievgen, let's start by explaining why third-party cookies are such a hot topic. I think some people hear cookies and think, okay, great, less tracking, but for marketers, it's a little more complicated, right?
Oh, absolutely. From a user perspective, getting rid of third-party cookies sounds like more privacy and less creepy tracking. And that's definitely true, but from a marketer standpoint, from our standpoint, it's like taking away one of the key tools we had. We've been using this for personalized ads and targeting and audience insights. Imagine trying to run ad campaigns with one eye closed, just like this. So, for example, the shortened lifetime of cookies critically affects the results of attribution, your ad campaigns, and the whole website analytics. So since cookies are now being deleted in 1 or 7 days in the browsers like Safari or Firefox or Chrome on iOS, a user who visited your site 7 days ago will be considered as a new one. It will have a massive effect on the customer journey. You won't be able to see the complete picture of which traffic sources actually affected the customer's purchasing decision. And look, for example, affiliate marketing. Each affiliate offer has a cookie lifetime. Suppose the user visited your website via a referral link today and converted in let's say 10 days. In that case, this conversion won't be credited to that affiliate, and the affiliate will not receive any commission. Plus, it negatively affects the size of the remarketing audience and the ad frequency. So platforms will also have less data to create lookalike or similar audiences. That's the kind of changes we are talking about here today.
Great thing. Right now, it's been our go-to for understanding user customer behavior across different websites, targeting specific users and creating personalized experiences. But now, with this shift towards privacy-first marketing, we need to adapt, and we need to adapt fast.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. And I think the main point for marketers to understand is this. Even though third-party cookies are going away, it doesn't mean we are going to stop collecting our customers' data and acting as a marketer. It just means we need to be smarter and more respectful about how we do it. So the future is really about focusing on first-party data and sometimes even zero-party data. Those are going to be your best friends moving forward.
Quick question. What's the difference between the first-party data and zero-party data?
Sure, so first-party data is information that a company collects directly from its own audience, like website analytics, purchasing history, interaction in the email campaigns. It's the data gathered from your own properties. On the other hand, zero-party data is kind of the gold standard. This is the data that users willingly provide themselves. Think preferences, feedback surveys, account setup information. It's all about the consent and trust.
Right, and with privacy becoming such a big issue, this kind of user-consented data is really important. But let's not forget, Google is also working on alternatives to cookies, like the Privacy Sandbox and something called Flock. Ievgen, could you explain what that is all about?
Yeah, sure. So Google Privacy Sandbox is kind of their attempt to create a more privacy-friendly way of delivering targeted ads. One part of this is called Flock, or Federated Learning of Cohorts. Instead of tracking individual users, Flock groups people with similar browsing habits into cohorts and shows ads based on the group's collective behavior, rather than individual.
That's an interesting concept, but there's been some pushback on Flock, right?
Definitely. Some companies and privacy advocates are still concerned that Flock doesn't go far enough in protecting user data. Plus, there are worries that it could create new risks, like exposing people to group-level profiling. So, while it's an option, it's not necessarily the one-size-fits solution.
Exactly. So marketers shouldn't have just rely on Flock or any one solution. This is where things like customer data platforms, CDPs, come in. They help marketers manage first-party data across different touchpoints, right?
Correct. So CDPs centralize all that first-party data so that you have a complete view of your customers. This helps with everything from personalizing experiences to optimizing ad targeting without relying on third-party data. It's like putting your data strategy on autopilot. Everything in one place, ready to be analyzed and used smarter.
I love that. It's centralized and consent-driven. But one of the things I'm hearing a lot about is the fear that without cookies, personalization will really suffer. What's your take on that?
Yeah, well, cookies still exist, just the first party. That's true. That's a valid but this all is a valid concern. In the short term, we might see a bit of a drop in the depth of personalization we used to have. But with better data collection methods like accurate first-party data from the server, marketers will be able to create more meaningful and relevant experiences in the long run. So, not forget about the context ads, which is making a big comeback now.
Oh yes, context ads. That's where ads are displayed based on pages' content rather than tracking users, correct?
Exactly. Instead of focusing on the user behavior, you place ads in contextually relevant environment. So, for example, if someone is reading a fitness article, you show ads for workout gear. It's about school. It's old school, but it's becoming increasingly effective in this privacy-first era. And just to clarify, context ads are a type of display ad, but not all display ads are context. So, display ads in general are graphical ads that can show up on websites, apps, or social platforms. The difference is that display ads can also be behaviorally targeted, meaning they track users' browsing habits to serve relevant ads, and that's what's becoming less possible in this cookieless era. But the context ads, on the other hand, are purely based on the content of the page itself, without needing to track the user behavior.
It feels like we're going back to basics in a way, but with intelligent tools. And speaking of smart tools, we can't leave out AI. Ievgen, how do you see AI fitting into this post-cookie world?
Well, AI is going to be crucial with it. Maybe not in terms of directly data analytics itself. However, it can definitely help marketers a lot. So they will still have to make some sense of first-party data at scale and maybe predict customer behavior at some point with the help of a data professional. But when this is done right, in the ways that third-party cookies never could, AI can really help with smarter segmentation, better personalization, creating all that targeted content, all without crossing the privacy boundaries.
Awesome, awesome. That's a big advantage. But I think one of the hardest parts of this transition will be building trust with users, don't you?
Absolutely. Trust will be the new currency in this new era in marketing. I think you remember that currency concept of air and pleasure, or when you trade your core currency for the money when you sell stuff, similar to the value concept we've built together when running a storytelling agency. So the same goes here. Users want to know that their data is safe and need to feel like they have control over how their information is being used. If companies can do that, if they can be transparent and responsible with data, they will be in a much better position to succeed in this new landscape.
I totally agree. So to sum it all up, third-party cookies are going away, but it's not the end of the world. Marketers just need to rethink how they collect and use data. Focus on first-party data, server-side tracking, same origin streaming as we do at OWOX, super accurate, less reliable to ad blockers, etc. Plus, don't forget to explore some of the advertising types, like those display ones with relevant context, and don't forget to use AI, at least for increasing productivity. Above all, build trust with your audience. If privacy is that currency, to get trust, we have to pay it.
Exactly. It's a big shift now, but also it's a great opportunity to build stronger, more authentic connection with your customers. That's what we all marketers should be about in this new, so to say, cookieless era.
Well said, Ievgen. That's all we have today. Before we sign off, a quick note for all marketers out there. Accelerate your data analytics with OWOX BI streaming. Instantly integrate data into Google BigQuery for real-time insights that empower fast decision-making. Start your free trial today and experience that speed at owox.com. Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to subscribe for more tips on mastering the marketing game. See you in the next episode.
So guys, stay data curious, keep exploring new opportunities your data brings in, and we'll see you soon.